Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I'm doing okay. It's not too bad of a day. Got some stuff done this morning. There might be a little bit of noise, but I don't think I'll probably be on here too long. What's on my mind today? Um, I gotta be careful how I word this, but everybody believes in God until it's time to stand with another country that needs to be funded to uh, I won't say even defend. I will say fight for the land that they're on, that they're occupying, no matter who it is. It's okay to for everybody, oh, they're all Christians or they all are Jews or they're all Muslim, whoever. Everybody's always peaceable until it's time for one of these that I believe is a staged event. I can't prove it, but this is my belief, and a lot of us do believe the same way too. It's very few people, unless they're more of a warring nature or a troll-like attitude. Um, I don't know, like I said yesterday too, what surprises me most is women like my age or even a little younger, but I can see like a younger person not realizing what has been going on this planet ever since they've been alive, and the people that they know in their own personal families or lives that have gone and supported or fought in different areas of the world, under the guise of making us free, you know. And I still say there is not enough support for the Native Americans that were slaughtered in my country, that these people should have control and be able to govern their own country. Until that happens, I will not shut up. You can shut me off here, but I find another place to make my way, and I can see that it's making a bigger impact on people's hearts because they are either related to somebody that has indigenous blood in them, or they are friends with people that are, and they can see the true injustice that is still going on in my country. So, but I get the biggest kick out of like these preachers and rabbis and everybody. You're all so religious. You're all so righteous till it comes to that one thing, thou shalt not kill. And all of a sudden, y'all full of excuses too. Yeah. That just it's pretty unbelievable. It's talking out of both sides of your mouth. We're peaceful people, but this is when we won't be. And people that live in the United States of America actually believe that somebody is chosen above you as a more righteous bloodline. And actually, people that aren't even of that faith would believe that of another person. Talk about brainwashed. They don't even believe the part where the Gentiles were grafted in. They could care less. That's how stupid most people are. You're not under all those laws that the Jewish people remain under that they don't abide by. You have simple commandments and warnings against deadly sins that most people don't abide by anyway, no matter what culture you're from. We all know right and wrong. But there you go, making your excuses. And you will, you'll continue because of what happened to your peoples. Well, isn't it a good thing in the United States of America that the indigenous people from here don't treat you the way the people that say they are the most harmed people on the planet, that are the Canaanite blood that started the whole holy wars to begin with, and they say that they're better than you, and I'm less than an animal to them in their eyes, and they can do whatever they want to me, they think, and my children, with no repercussions because they're special to God and God allows that. He allows you to be beat 40 times. If you're beat 41 as their slave, that's a sin. But 39 times or 40, that's permissible. Yeah. I don't know what God is watching over them, but I can honestly say it's not the one that watches over me. I don't mean watches in and invades my space and alters my life with the filthiest things imaginable. That's not a God. That's a demon of destruction. There's nothing godly. Holy, yeah, full of holes. But that's not who I serve. I do not pay reverence to something that calls itself God that can instill any excuses for war. Where's your turn the other cheek? Hey, Judah, where's your turn the other cheek? That's what? Is that only for the Gentiles to abide by? Doesn't your God of Abraham, doesn't he command you to turn the other cheek and to love your neighbors as yourself? These are your own people, your own cousins that you all are fighting with. And you're going to make excuses for it. There's not one rabbi out there teaching any of his people that this is not what God would want out of us. You're making excuses because you have that victim mentality inside you. And that's who you are in your mind. You're a poor me. There's a lot less natives left on this planet. And if you told them that they were a victim, you'd probably find out quite shortly that they don't carry that even though they've been treated that way. No, they have too much going on for them like that to accept that as a title and a thing that they would want to identify with, you know. Cheers, everybody. Oh, wow. Thou shalt not kill. Well, just a minute. We'll go into a little detail here. If they were cattle, the goy that are the neighbors over there, well then, wouldn't they be putting them on the meat market and make use out of that death like the Native Americans in my country do? They use every single part of the animal when they take that animal. They've found a use for every single thing that they had used to survive on. Every part of a plant and every part of an animal. Nothing is ever wasted. I'm just kind of comparing apples and oranges here. I mean, it's not that they think that um I'm an apple too, like they are. I'm sure they look at me like an orange, or whatever. But to see another human being as less than yourself, and you're going to instruct me how to conduct my life as a rabbi. You'll be instructing me. I don't think so. I think I have to instruct you now. Thou shalt not kill. No excuses. None. That's what you teach your people. That's what I teach my offsprings. No, you don't hurt people. No, we don't make excuses. No, no, and no. Right? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me where I'm wrong. Use some of your excuses on me, please. I have yet the opportunity to confront somebody with their own BS. All your doctrine with all your excuses. And thou thinkst thou is better than thee. Wow, unbelievable. Can you give me some plausible reason why um, you people can't live together in peace like the Native Americans had to come to the conclusion? You know? Yeah. Well, they didn't really have a choice. It's kind of like the people in Palestine. They really do not have a choice. When you run out of where you live, that's your country. What do? That'd be like the natives here running people out of their country because of the color of their skin. I don't, I mean, I know a few that would want to do that, but not really many. It's really not their nature not to love people. It just isn't. I mean, I don't know enough people with no pigment in their skin that care about the red people. They just don't. They just don't. I'm really praying hard that the rest of humanity on this planet will see what they're throwing away. The natural healers, the natural caretakers of the earth, the builders, the languages, they are the healers. They're the survivors. you know, you're going to take the survivors out of society, and then what are you going to be left with? Robots? Wow. I'm lucky that there's the internet. I have more connection with the Spirit of God through the internet than I do in real life with people, unless it's the God of war. That thing seems to hover and lurk around me at every corner. Everybody's touched by that. If I don't see a post what state of affairs of somebody else that I am supposed to support, then I'm supposed to support the soldiers that go and do their bidding, or I'm supposed to support a government that could care less about any of us, that tax us to death while they live large because their parents were thieving creeps like that and could afford to send them to an Ivy League school. They didn't get scholarships to go there. Don't tell me that. Even Bill Clinton was caught cheating on his college tests. These people don't excel because they're any better. It's because of their bloodline. If you were put in their family with their money and went to those schools, you'd be where they are. Has nothing to do with your abilities. It's like a lot of singers out there that are on the satanic side with their contracts and stuff and how they get their voice is no better than yours or mine or their abilities. They're there because of what they chose to do with their life for that influence against other people. It's as simple as that, you know. Here's a for instance. When I was a kid, I loved this song by Ray Stevens, I think. Yeah, I shared it this morning called Running Bear. And I think he's the one that did that. Anyway, they had some sort of cartoon about that thing, that song, and they made a mockery out of it. How the love between these two people and two different tribes that didn't get along, they weren't able to be together, so they both dove into a raging river and met each other in the middle and went down together. But they made a mockery out of that song, like they do most stuff, you know. It's like Elijah or Kalijah was a wooden Indian. That's a good song too. Um, yeah, it has connotations in it, or I wouldn't say incantations, but there's some subliminal stuff in there. It makes people think if they think. Yeah, that's what I try to do. I try to get people to think, you know. If you can't use your heart, maybe try your brain first, you know, not you or whoever might listen to me, you know. Yeah. I do feel sorry for all of them over there, the people in the countries that have nothing to do with what their militaries or their religious leaders are doing. Well, there's a lot. There's a lot of them that are too much in the victim mentality, and they live in my country, and you still got that victim mentality in my country. I can't believe it. Is it your country? There's people here that need help before we help another country with the taxes that everybody pays. Got more excuses for that? I'm sure you do. Maybe not you personally who is ever listening to me. Yeah. I just want to hear your excuses. There are none. Turn the other cheek, thou shalt not kill. Wouldn't that mean that you would like Exodus? Wouldn't you? Logic dictates if that's what your scriptures say, and that's what was done in the past to save yourselves, then you wouldn't kill another human being and go against the Word of God unless you had written some kind of books that would give you allowances for the things that are forbidden. The books that I also read long time ago, probably before a lot of you were born. I've been just waiting for these times. I have so much to say and no one to say it to. No one that matters. I mean, like a rabbi is going to take my word as golden over somebody that is not of my culture or upbringing. You wouldn't take any stock or any, you wouldn't say, wow, that woman has a great heart and I know her soul is pure like that. What am I doing wrong? You won't ask yourself that, will you? And you won't recognize the truth right in front of your face. Yeah, that's the truth. And, I have been confronted by many evils, and God has pulled me out of a lot of them. Yeah, I've defended myself, and I've defended other people in an immediate situation. I do believe that's the way human beings really don't plan to harm other human beings in mass destruction unless they're led by some kind of a dark force. In fact, people that strike first or pretend they got struck first, there's a dark force behind that, and you're not recognizing it. You won't even admit it to yourself what your own scriptures say, and you won't help your own people. Doesn't that make you the Sadducees and the Pharisees? Well, yeah, it does. So, other tribes were warned not to slay the Canaanite bloodline to give them a chance to grow. All of it seems mute. Like, well, we'll just take that thou shalt not kill and turn the other cheek and love thy neighbor, and we'll just take them things and it's null and void. Doesn't matter because we're victims and we're going to get our way to fulfill the scriptures because we're chosen above everybody in the galaxy. Masters of the universes, right? Yeah. I don't even pity you. It sickens me. It repulses me. All you people that insist, even if you were in the military, would keep insisting that that was the right thing to do in your lives. We have borders that are open and children that are dying from fentanyl. There's humans being trafficked, you know, things that are going on in our country that need to be paid attention to before any other country. What I'm saying is true. Whether anybody wants to admit it or not, I don't care. Be nice if you did. Be nice if you stood up for your people and guided them the right way with the true word of God, with no excuses, you know. I have a feeling there's going to be some horrible repercussions for people that don't heed the word of God, but pretend they do. It's just that's my faith. That's what I believe. I believe if we don't do the right things in life, we pay for them. There's consequences. But if you're not teaching your people the right way, that'd be like the indigenous in my country not telling their youngsters to get along with everybody on this continent or wherever in the world, and to still have a warring mindset because they were invaded. That would be repulsive. That would be is the same thing. That's how sickening it is. But it's worse because there's people in my country and even natives that would sign on the dotted line and go across the seas and take another human being's life. You can tell me I'm wrong all day, but you all know I'm right, and I'm going to word this. Maybe somebody with half a heart and half a mind will pick up on what I'm saying and help your people like we help the younger people on this planet. That's what we're supposed to be doing for each other. And if we don't put our foot down and say enough of this in the world, you're helping to keep it going, and I have no respect for you. I can have, I'm trying to have, but you're adults and you know better. Your hearts know better. That's the word of God in there. That's your conscience right now. No more I can say. Just give it some thought, no matter who you are. I appreciate you joining me. Have a really nice day wherever you're at. Peace.